Hi everyone, welcome back. If you can believe it, it has been, I think at this point, 4 months since we've just sat down, talked about new beauty launches, talked about what's coming out. I feel like there's been a major slowdown for summer that kind of happens every single year. And I feel like I've seen that not only with like makeup launches and just the releases, I'm sure things are kind of gearing up for going into fall, going into holiday. But I've noticed that just in general with YouTube, with even myself, I've been, enjoying the summer. I hope you guys have been too. But I'm excited to talk about some of the new makeup that's been out, and some of this might not even feel as new because again, it's been 4 months, but I want to sit and chat with you guys. I love talking about what's coming out. I love getting your thoughts on it, and if I have tried any of this stuff that's come out, I'll let you guys know my thoughts for sure. Before we get into it though, I want to thank today's sponsor, Scentbird. You guys know I love perfumes. I am obsessed. I have an entire fragrance channel. I almost feel like saying I'm obsessed with fragrance is putting it pretty lightly at this point, but if you're trying to get into scent, maybe you don't know a ton about perfumes, I think Scentbird can be a great way to try out perfumes. It's a monthly subscription where you get to pick out your own fragrance. They have tons listed on the site. They have tons of perfumes that are at Sephora. They have tons of perfumes that are high end. They're getting more and more niche, I feel like, every time I go on there, which always has me excited because specifically with niche perfumes, they are very expensive, and Scentbird can be a great way to try out a vial, really see if you like that scent. Do you like the notes in there? Is this something you want to wear seasonally? Do you want to have this be a signature scent for you? You can figure all that out. This is what the vials look like. They're super cute, super aesthetic, and they're really easy to take apart. So you get this case that you can refill, and then each month you get to pick out your vial. This month, you guys, I picked out all Dias and Durgan. If you don't know, that's a really expensive niche brand. It's honestly so exciting that Scentbird has their perfumes to test because you really want to know with some of those expensive bottles if you're actually going to wear them. So let me talk real fast about the scents that I picked out. Dias and Durga, I only have one of their perfumes, but I freaking love their house so much. I love the vibe of it. It's New York based, I believe, but they did just open a boutique here in LA, so I have to go down and check. The first perfume I picked out, and this is for all you fig lovers out there, Debaser. This smells so good. A lot of scents that have fig in them can kind of go more the fruit, or they can go more the tree and like the woodiness and the stems and kind of green. And I feel like Debaser has this really nice mix. It's almost like a fig sap. That's what I get from this. So it's sweet, it's kind of milky. I get something kind of thick from it, but it's also still a little green and still refreshing. It is so good. Notes on this: bergamot, fig, coconut milk, blonde woods, tonka bean. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't smelled this but you love fig scents, this is one you need to check out and see if you like. The second perfume I picked out from Dias and Durga is I Don't Know What, and this is one of those kind of molecular no perfume kind of scents. This is like sexy to me. This is unisex, sexy bombshell in my eyes. Ooh, there's just something about this. I love a no perfume kind of scent, something that smells like your skin, kind of musky. It's like a My Lips but better lip color, but the perfume version of that, that's what this gives. It has ISO E Super in it, which is this like molecular note that's really woody. One of my favorites. If you guys are over on my perfume channel, you know that already. Like, it's one of my faves. But there's also bergamot in here. There's some vetiver. I really get that coming through. Really nice. This one also lasts a really long time, which is great. I think this is a good one too. If you don't want to overpower anyone with your scent, but you still want to get noticed, that's what this will do. Like, you will have people asking what you're wearing, but it's not going to be like offensive, and it's not going to be like too much. All right, and last, the one I was like the most excited to have, and I especially like it specifically because it's in the little vial and that I don't have the full bottle, because I don't even know, it would take me forever to run through a full bottle, I feel like, of this perfume. But this is Pistachio. If you guys don't know, I feel like pistachio is a really big note coming out in perfumes lately. I feel like I keep seeing it everywhere. It feels very trendy, but the Pistachio from Dias and Durga is not going to be this really sweet, like gourmand in the sense of other ones. This has a little bit more of an earthy quality to it. There's patchouli in here, which I definitely smell. Obviously there's pistachio in here, but there's some roasted almond. There's also some cardamom, so it's a little bit of spice, a little bit of something nutty going on. There is a vanilla in here, and I do find that on the dry down, like, it gets there, but this is just not overtly sweet, and it's definitely a different take on pistachio. Very fun, very cool. I feel like in general, Dias and Durga does more of those like unique scents, so definitely a house to check out if you want something a little bit different than what else is out there. But there are so many options to choose from. You can pick an old favorite, you can pick something new and adventurous from a house you don't know. The options are literally endless. I'm gonna leave a little QR code here. You can scan that, or you can use my code Lauren May to save 55% off your first order. Try out the service, see if you like it. Maybe you can find a new favorite perfume. room. I definitely suggest the Dia Sindurka ones if you don't know where to start. If some of these sound good, those are great. But like I said, there are so many amazing options on there. So thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. I'd love to know what you guys are going to pick out, or if you have any recommendations for anyone, what perfume they should pick up, let them know down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. But now let's get on to the video. All right, let me scoot over a little bit. Here we go. We are talking all about new stuff. When it's been this long, it's almost like, where do I start? I feel like I've really just enjoyed the summer so much. I feel like I'm having to like plug myself back in, but I will say something that I've noticed is that I really feel like the palette right now, like eyeshadow palettes, the things we've come to know and love, it feels like they're dead. I know guys, I know. Not really something I want to say. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that palettes are dead. And in the indie space, they're not. So if you're into eyeshadow palettes, like indie brands are definitely having the eyeshadow palettes. But when we're talking about makeup that's at Sephora, that's at Ulta, I just don't feel like the palette is as popular. And even the few releases that have come out, I mean, they just don't have this like grandiosity that they used to. I mean, it was a big thing. I feel like palettes were unstoppable. It was all I wanted. It was all anyone else wanted. They were raved about. They were talked about. Like, you had a surefire hit on your hands if you released a palette. And I just don't feel like that's the case today. The complexion is more popular right now. Blushes are more popular right now. Even bronzers I feel like are more popular. And if eyeshadows are going to be released, I feel like cream shadows, liquid shadows, one-off shadows, single shadows, and little pots, like those are going to be more popular. And I will say, you know, as much as I love an eyeshadow palette, do not get me wrong, I love eyeshadow palettes. I do love a single eyeshadow right now and like a specific compact. I love a cream shadow, and so that is a big trend I'm seeing. It's very interesting. I mean, we'll go through it as, you know, we go, but just something I wanted to talk about off the bat because I really feel like the eyeshadow game that I thought was like infallible, that would never go away, it seems as all things do, it has come to a bit of an end. I'm sure we'll see a resurgence. I'm sure at some point it'll be like the Coastal 88 palettes will come back with a vengeance, but for now it feels like they're taking a rest, you know what I mean? They're dead. That all being said, let's get into it. We're gonna start with some of the newest stuff. We'll work our way back just because I feel like that's more fun. It seems like Patrick Ta is releasing something new. I do like the Patrick Ta releases, so they always have me excited, but this is a mix of lip products and cheek products. Like I said, where are the eyeshadows? Nowhere to be seen. Do we want a Major Dimensions 3 palette? Yes, we do. Can you come out with a cool tone one, please? That's all I freaking want, maybe for a holiday. That's what I have my fingers crossed for. But for the products that actually are coming out, there are some cream blush duos. It's just 3 new colors and they look really pretty. There's like this hot pink one, there's one that's a little bit more like a berry red, and then also something that's more kind of mauve colored, and they all look really pretty. I've been tempted to pick them up, but I have the She's Blushing, I think that seems like that cannot be the name of the color I'm talking about, but I do have one of the cream and powder duos from the like initial launch. It's really pretty, kind of neutral red tone, like it has a little bit of red to it. I think it's a stunning color, and when I use it I like it, but it's just so pigmented that I can't imagine these colors. These colors are a lot brighter, they're a little more saturated, which I think is great to add to the line, and I do like a more saturated blush at the moment, but I don't know if these ones are going to be entirely right for me. I've been just obsessed with lately my Rose Inc blushes. I have 4 of the cream blushes from Rose Inc and I can't stop putting them on my face. It's like all I've been using lately. I need to do another Shop My Stash because I've just been using whatever's been in that Shop My Stash, and that's all I've been going to. So going back to these, I don't know if I'm going to pick these up. Maybe at some point I will, but there's also some silk lip creams. They're $26, and there's also some matte suede lipsticks that are $32. As much as I'm getting more into lip products, you guys know I did a whole lip product like swatch and declutter video. If you haven't seen that, check that video out. I'll leave it linked down below. I don't know if I'm ready for like matte and liquid lips like that to come back. It's so funny. Like, we're literally just like, let's go around the merry-go-round, aren't we? Like, we're going into matte lips, or going into liquid lips, we're going back into bullet lipsticks, and the colors look really pretty, but I'm still on the glossy lip train. I'm still into something a little bit more moisturizing, and you guys already know I love my dose of colors for liquid lipsticks and things like that. So I don't think I'm gonna pick any of these up. I love the Patrick Ta lip gloss, the one that has like the shimmer in it. It's so beautiful. I would love more of that. I would love more on the gloss, but I feel like he's had those in the line for a while now, so it doesn't really make sense to launch them. And these are like new products and also new colors of existing products that I understand why they're coming out, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick up any of them. Let me know. Have you picked any up? Are they worth it? Let me know your thoughts. There's also some new blush duos coming out from Give from Gwen Stefani, and these look really pretty. I'm tempted by these because I just have been trying the brand a little bit more. I bought the highlighter when it came out. I feel like it's okay if you want something kind of subtle. I also bought some of the pigments, and those are really pretty if you like sparkle, but you want something neutral. Honestly, super pretty. They're a little messy because they're loose, but still really beautiful. That's mostly what I've been trying, but I know the brand came out with some bronzer duos, and then these are some cheek duos. It says here each duo includes a sheer satin shade to add luminosity and a natural radiant shade to pump up the vibrancy. So I'm unsure. I'm gonna look on Sephora right now because I know these are launched. Okay, it seems like these are powder. I was like confused if one was powder, one was cream, but I think they're both powder and just different finishes. I'm assuming one is more luminous and one is more matte. I love this kind of warm brown shade. That's like what I'm into. I think it's called Crush on You. It looks like that, or Lasting Love. Both of those look really pretty. I don't know. I'm into them. I potentially might try them. I think a blush duo is kind of perfect. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you want more than one thing, but you don't want like a full-on blush palette necessarily. And I feel like a blush duo really does that. This one is more monochromatic. So like you're getting different finishes, but similar tones. I think sometimes it's fun to get two different tones so that way you can kind of switch it up. But I'm interested in those for sure. Haven't bought them yet, but they're pretty. There's also some loose powder blushes. Let's talk about this. Do you guys like a loose face product? I'm not talking about powder because I love a loose like face powder, but are you guys like interested in like loose bronzers, like loose powder bronzers, loose powder blushes, and like loose highlighters coming back? I still have my like Wet n Wild loose highlighter that is so intense, so blinding. Are we gonna that will be the moment I'll know like, whoa, what is happening when those types of highlighters come back in style. Anyway, these from Givenchy are the Prism Libre loose powder blushes in Radiant. So they seem to have a radiant finish. I mean, they look really angelic. They look so soft. Obviously the Givenchy label and all that, like it looks so pretty. I'm not sure I want to do loose stuff. Like I know it can look so great. I don't think I need it. I love a cream. I'm not really into liquid blushes, but I also love just like a pressed powder. I don't know if I need the loose powder. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. The literal formatting of these is what I don't like. Whereas if these were pressed, like the 4 different quadrants, but it was a pressed blush, I would probably be on it. Like I would probably get them. It's literally the formatting of this product, like the actual formula in that way that I'm not really feeling. And they're $43. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of nice though when you're traveling, like it can't break. That's kind of nice, I will say. Continuing on, I'm kind of skipping a lot of stuff because there's some perfumes. Like I want to talk about perfumes. You guys, I'm like talked about Scentbird, but I think I might start doing like perfume videos like this on my perfume channel. So if you're not subscribed over there, I'll leave it down below if you like want to get more into perfume. But there is one from Fleur that I'm excited about. It's another fig one. I know I talked about Debaser with the Scentbird sponsorship and everything, but I am someone who loves fig. So this one from Fleur definitely has me excited. It's earthy and woodsy, it says, and it has lush fig, jasmine dew, and sandalwood. Love jasmine as a floral, love sandalwood. Like this seems right up my alley, and I have been enjoying a lot of the Fleur scents that have been coming out, but they are just popping them out. Oh my gosh, like I'm like, okay, we need to slow it down. These are like $100 perfumes. This is like getting off topic a bit. Again, this could be its like own video, and I think I'm gonna start doing that on the other channel, but yeah, like, you know, having perfumes come out every single month, it feels like, or every couple of months for $100 from all these different brands, it's just, we're repeating history over there with scents, and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. I like it being a little bit more special, and I'm really worried more than anything that all of these scents that are coming out, they might be your favorite. Like they're not going to stick around. I don't want limited edition perfumes, okay? Like some are fine, some are whatever, but you know, even flankers and things that come out, it's like I want those things to be around long term. I want the thought to be being put into them, and a lot of times like you start getting memories associated with perfumes, and I want to be able to get scents that I like or that come out later later down the line. I don't want them to be around for a year or less, you know? And I'm just worried it's gonna go that route, especially with so many launches, that we're not gonna get those kind of like long-standing, like signature scents, just like cornerstone scents, you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope that doesn't happen, but it's a fear. I have a very big fear about it. Moving on from scents, it's probably the only perfume I'm really gonna talk about. We'll see what actually happens, but I'm gonna try to only keep it to that one. There is a new Astro Shine collection from MAC. Now, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, part of me loves it. Part of me thinks it's like kind of interesting, and I use interesting very loosely here in terms of the graphics, but it is an astrology collection, so this is going to do so well. Astrology makeup is just like so popular. I hang out with people and they'll like ask me, I'm an Aquarius, that's all I know, okay? I'm an Aquarius, and I do feel like I am an Aquarius at heart. Like, everything I've read, I'm like, yep. But I don't know my rising. I don't know all the other stuff, okay? I don't know that stuff. But I think it's cute, and I think this is going to probably do really well. It kind of totes this perfect line where I can see younger people really loving it. I can see people who aren't as young loving it as well. And so I think it's kind of cute, and especially because it's mostly lipsticks. There's also a mineralized skin finish and some Dazzle Shadow liquids. I don't know how those are gonna do. I mean, I kind of want that highlighter if that's what the mineralized skin finish is. I don't know. I was never a big MAC girly, but I think it's really smart to do the lipsticks per each month. You know, people want to collect the lipstick that they have. You like sit there and cross your fingers hoping that the color that is your month will be the one that you actually like. That's what you hope. But I don't know if I'm actually gonna buy anything. If anything, if that mineralized skin finish happens to be a really pretty highlighter, maybe I'll do it. But I do think it's a cute collection overall. It's like fun to look at. There's some new sheer finishing powders coming from Melt, and this is really exciting. This is actually something I can see myself picking up. It says they're the Glaze Skin Sheer Finishing Powders. They're all natural, lightweight, buildable coverage, soft focus. Really love that, because that means it's not going to be like a flat matte, and that has me excited. They're $39 each, so definitely expensive, but I'm excited to see Melt doing something other than eyeshadow. Like I said, I feel like the eyeshadow palette is dead. Like, I almost wonder, they re-released one of their palettes, and I kind of wonder how that did, because I'm telling you, like, I don't know if they're moving as much, unless you're already like a die-hard makeup lover. Like, you know, again, the indie community, we're gonna be here for eyeshadows through and through for like ever, but I really think that it's smart for brands to have some other products out there, like complexion products, especially when it comes to like skin, concealers, foundations, things that people are actually gonna repurchase. That's more what I think people are focused on. They want like a nice looking complexion, and I feel like once people find what they like, they want to repurchase those products. I think it's important to have those right now, whereas for a while, like I said, I really think like you could just come out with a new eyeshadow palette every couple of months and like you'd be good. You'd be golden. You might be the star of the show, you know, in the makeup world. And that's just not the case anymore. So that powder actually looks really great. I want to try it. It seems like it's going to have a little bit of a radiance to it, which I love personally. I love a little bit of radiance. Next, there is some new stuff from Rare Beauty, which I feel like Rare Beauty is like the, you know, most popular celebrity makeup brand that's out there right now. They have, I feel like, dethroned Fenty. There's some new brow pencils. There's also some eyeliners. And then what was really exciting to me are the eyeshadow sticks. I did pick a couple of these up. You'll see a haul very soon, so stay tuned for that. But I loved that all these colors were neutrals. You guys know I've been into the neutrals. And I love a shadow stick. It was really just everything I ever wanted in one. So I'm excited to try these out, and I was really pumped for them. Like, of all the different things coming out, these definitely caught my eye and had me like, okay, I gotta watch for those coming out. And like I said, it falls in line with kind of those single eyeshadow type products, as well as them being creams. They can't even be in the, you know, format of an eyeshadow palette. It's just simple. I think the makeup trend right now, it's just simpler, and you're usually using less products in general to create a whole face. And so I think that's being reflected in the products that are coming out. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Like, normally I don't talk about this stuff, but the House Labs foundation is a foundation I've really been loving. It's really what I've been wearing all summer because it matches me so well right now. But I guess they're doing a try before you buy kit. So if you're just buying online, you can go on the website, only on houselabs.com, so it's not on Sephora, but you can buy a little set and see what's gonna match you best, which I think is amazing. I really think brands should be focusing on samples. I have tried so many like deluxe size samples lately that have been having me actually purchase the full size, and I really think brands should be focusing on that, especially if they're products that people, again, can repurchase, because I think it's gonna get people to buy like that. I wanna try it, and I wanna know like for a week at least that, okay, I love this serum, or oh, I love this foundation or this concealer, whatever it is, when I'm scraping the container, that's when I know like, okay, yeah, I need to get this. Like as much as I might not want to, as much as it might be expensive, it's like I'm convinced at that point that I know I'll use it. It won't be a waste of my money. And so I think this is really smart, especially with foundation. You want to make sure you get that right shade. And I really love this specific foundation. So if you were interested in it and you can't get to a Sephora store to swatch in store, this might be a really great option for you. And the icing on top, it seems here, okay, it says how the discovery set works. Choose your set and pay the shipping cost only, $5.95. This is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about over here. And other brands are going the opposite way. We have Milk Makeup out here selling their samples for $25. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, I really love that. I think it's really cool. Okay, this is where I leave. I say, no, not for me. As much as like, you know, this is its own thing and this is going to be its own video, but these IP collabs are getting a little outrageous and I wonder if these are kind of coming to an end as well. I don't know, because I can only speak for myself, and my specific perspective is like, I'm a makeup lover and have been for like, at this point, almost 10 years. So I've seen a lot of stuff. I worked as a makeup artist as well. So I have that professional like insight as well. I'm 31 years old, so I'm not like super young, you know, and obviously I do YouTube as a job, so that's its own thing. So all those perspectives, I'm just like, is this actually pop? I don't know. Maybe younger people are really loving this. Maybe really big Jurassic Park fans are like into it, but man, all these collections, and it's not even just a singular thing. Sometimes that makes a little more sense. Like, oh, there's a blush and a palette, or, you know, we're doing 5 eyeshadows, all Jurassic Park themed or something. Okay. But when it's like, it's the mirror, it's the sponge, it's like, you know, I don't even know. Like the makeup wash has it on there. There's a mirror, there's a this, like it just feels like a lot. But anyway, do you even know what the hell I'm talking about? This is from Profusion. It's in collaboration with Jurassic Park, and it's going to be at Walmart. So yeah, if you're into Jurassic Park, this seems up your alley, check out Walmart. That's where it's going to be. I know Profusion is very inexpensive. Like some of the prices here, the highlighters are $5, the cheek products are $5, even the mirror is $7.48. So I definitely think the price point's helping it, you know, it's like more inexpensive. It's easier to kind of like add on for fun since it's not a lot of money, but definitely not my style. Definitely not what I'm like looking for at all right now. Not my thing personally. Okay, not my thing. This is something that has me really excited. There's a new concealer coming out from Makeup Forever. It's part of the HD Skin line, and I really do love that foundation. I haven't tried the newest formulation of it. I've tried the middle formulation, or at least for how many formulations I know of. There was like the original HD, then there was like the Ultra HD, and then there's like a new HD. So I've tried the middle one and I really liked that one quite a bit. So for there to be a concealer in this line, I think that's really nice. And I feel like this line also goes with the current styles of not really full coverage, but still wanting somewhat of a perfected look. So I definitely am interested in trying that out. And I really would love to try out, honestly, the new formulation of the foundation. I guess Nabla has come out with their eyeshadows. They had single shadows before, so I'm assuming this is just like a revamped version of it. I actually had a few of these shadows. I don't know which ones I have currently. I know there was one that had like a wet finish look to it that I really loved. I can't think of the name right now. I do not know why it's like escaping me, but these are available currently. That's kind of cool. I feel like this will do best in the indie world. I mean, Nabla is indie, but always fun to be able to rearrange your shadows around. So it feels very Nabla overall, but I honestly thought Nabla had single shadows still. So I'm kind of like, oh, I guess it's a new version of that. Okay, didn't realize it was different. These are interesting from Valentino. They have these new Liquiroso okay, I do not think that's how you say that. 2-in-1 soft matte liquid lipsticks and blush, so you can use it for both. I think that dual product is definitely something that is good right now as well. And these are matte, and there's like a lot of fun shades. There's almost this like greigey one, almost kind of like purpley, which is fun. Like, I don't know, these seem kind of cool. I don't really love a liquid blush in general, but the fact that they're matte and not like luminous makes me think they're not going to be like that serum-y, very sheer formula. That's what doesn't work for me, because I already have like a little bit, I have these like little red dots on my face essentially that is already so difficult to cover. And I find with liquid blushes, and especially that serum-y liquid blush, it just tends to pick up all the foundation I have underneath it. It's just hard to stay on my my oily skin throughout the day, so I tend to just like stay clear, even though I like love the look, I love it on other people, I live for the dewy fantasy, but personally, it doesn't really work for me. But the fact that these are matte and a liquid, I think gives them a better chance of working for me, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna pick them up, but I think they look pretty, like, don't get me wrong. What else? Okay, here's another IP collab. We have some Glamlight. Glamlight loves to do this, and this is the Hershey's Milk Chocolate collection. So there's milk chocolate, there's also the cookies and cream, there's some palettes, there's like everything. The highlighters did look pretty, I will say. I was tempted for a minute. There was this moment that I was like, but should I pick up the highlighter duo? I love that it's a duo. There's one in like the milk chocolate, and those tones look beautiful. They look almost kind of flaky, so reflective, but I feel like you could sheer them out. And then there's ones for the cookies and cream that are a little bit lighter, and I was tempted. I was really tempted by these, but I ended up not picking them up. I didn't pick up the palettes either, even though the cookies and cream one is more cool toned, but I just feel like there was a lot of grays. Like looking at the palette, we're looking specifically at the palette, there are like 4 tones that look so similar. And even when you look at the swatches, you're like, okay, they look similar in the pan, but they like also look similar in the swatch. So I just didn't feel like there was enough range. And when I looked at this, I also thought of the American Eagle collab that came out with e.l.f. and I have that palette. So I'm not gonna pick these up. I do like the Glamlight formula, but I will say I tried the Glamlight formula. The last palette that I bought was the Martini stuff that came out, and that's like been a few years. So I have no idea if the formula's changed since then. I don't know any of that. So maybe it's different. And I also don't use those all the time anymore because they're a little bit more colorful. And so I'm also like, do I still love that formula? I don't know. I should probably like revisit that, because I feel like what I always say is like, oh, but the formula is so good. But I'm like, I should revisit. I need to revisit and make sure that's true still. Like, do I current Lauren, 2023 Lauren, I can't believe we're halfway through 2023, but do I still love it? I don't know. I'm not sure. There are some new shades of the Glossier Ultra Lip, and there's like a really pretty like brownie kind of color. And then there's also something a little bit more berry. I think those are great. I have, I think, one of the Ultra Lips, and I think they're awesome. So I think that's a fun launch. Don't know if I'm gonna pick them up again, but I think it's a good one. We're getting a little bit of a sneak peek into the fall collection from Chanel, and there's 2 blushes. Both the blushes look so pretty, like so tempted. I feel like what I'm into lately, obviously the neutrals I've told you, but you know, I can't help it. Like I've been more into some of the bougier makeup. Like I love nice packaging. I like a nice embossing. I want my makeup to feel pretty and look pretty. I feel like I treasure it more. I want to use it. Like I will use it. I'm not going to leave that Chanel logo in there because I want to use it, but I do like looking at it for the time I am using it. You know what I mean? So these have me tempted. It's a fantasy world. Don't know if I'd actually pick anything up, but I do like them. There's also some eyeshadow powders, it looks like, and these kind of go along with like the individuals. It's not like a quad or something, you know? Like I'm telling you, even like, I'm like, I think quads are dead even. Like, honestly, any eyeshadow in a palette right now just feels like dead in the water. It makes me so sad. But I do feel like it's true. And even when I look at my own purchases, I do feel like I'm a little less inclined. Like, you gotta do something more. You know, you gotta do something a little bit more. Even though I picked up some older palettes and they have me excited. And there is one palette coming out that I am gonna pick up. This is the Natasha Denona mini palette in Starlette. Oh my gosh, this is like my dream. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is my dream. I'm gonna purchase this as soon as it's out. But it's like these rosy tones. I feel like the metallics in it look pretty. There's 2 shimmers, which I'm so glad there wasn't only one, because a lot of the minis will only have 1 shimmer, but there's 2 shimmers, 3 mattes. I know for me, this palette would be literally like perfect. Like every shade is gonna be so perfect for me that I feel like I'd get so much use out of it. I know it looks so boring and so bland, but oof, I know it's gonna be good. I love that it's a mini. I love the minis so much. So that one is definitely coming home. And I feel like those like minier palettes are what I get more excited about too, again, over like a larger palette. And I will say, I've even noticed, and I'm telling you, this slowdown that's happening, I know that's kind of what happens in summer, but I feel like even ColourPop, you guys, has slowed down. Let's go check out just in general what's happening over there, because I don't even think the palette game is working for them anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're like having to switch some stuff up. So they recently came out with some cream blushes. I think this is a great launch. I really like that their system, you can like move pans in and out and all of that. So they have some cream blushes coming out, lots of different colors. I think that will do really well. So they're $12 each. There's 8 shades and they are out currently. Other than that, some of the palettes they have come out with, these are specifically at Target, and these ones are pretty. They're limited edition. I will say, like, we've seen them before. Like, I mean, ColourPop has like, I mean, they've done every iteration. You know, when you like do the math and you're like, there are millions of combinations available. I feel like ColourPop has literally done them all. Like, they've done every combination of color possible. But these ones are pretty. Like the green palette here, it looks really pretty. The purple, even the warm toned one, they are really pretty. And I think it's interesting that they're going to Target specifically. I think they're really like using that outlet right now. What else though? I'm telling you, usually it's like so many things, and I just feel like there haven't been as many launches over there. Like I'm scrolling to see something new. They're like re-promoting things that they are relaunching. I think they were doing some summer sales. Like seriously, where's the new stuff? I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, it's been kind of nice, you know, but I definitely think like, where's the ColourPop stuff? Okay, I'm gonna do a quick survey because I feel like we've been here forever and I've like scratched the surface. There's so much more. Okay, these have me excited. There are some new highlighters from Bare Minerals. I love the embossing on them. There's some interesting colors. I feel like they're a little bit different than I expected them to be, but I did end up picking one up. It hasn't gotten here yet, so I will let you guys know what I think, but I love a highlighter still. Like, I want these individual highlighters to come out. I just hope that they're not limited edition. I really have been enjoying brands coming out with permanent face products, like blushes and blush lines that are not going to be gone with a collection, with a season. They're going to be there, be around. I want to be able to talk about and love and like and tell people about products that are going to be sticking around for months and months and years, so that way whenever you're ready to buy a new blush, it's there and that formula is still there. It's like, let's put some thought into the like formula. So hopefully that formula is good. Like obviously if it's a bad formula, we don't want that sticking around. But another IP collab, another Glamlight. Like Glamlight's the new ColourPop, okay? Glamlight is coming out with so much stuff. This is a Rick and Morty collection. I'm sure people will really love this. You guys, I don't know if I've said this to you before, but I'm not really like a cartoon person. I don't want to put down cartoons because I know everyone loves them and I think they can be smart and they can be funny and they can be saying so much and commentating on so much. And so I get it. It's just not the format that like draws me in. Anyway, I'm just not into it, okay? I'm just not into the cartoon, so I haven't watched any of this. Sam watches this on his own. Anyway, there's a palette, there's a setting spray, there's a highlighter palette. There's a lot going on. I will say this is something with the Glamlight. Like I think this palette on its own looks so pretty, but when I think of all the different palettes that are coming out from Glamlight, it's like they either go rainbow like this and they have these fun bright colors, or they're more monochromatic or like kind of cool toned and dark. Like I'm thinking the Chucky one, or I don't know, other ones like that. I feel like even that like cookies and cream one I just talked about, like it kind of goes more with the grays, and like those are the things we get. And because they're releasing so much, it's like hard for me to differentiate stuff outside of the outer packaging. And I know that ultimately, like depending on how much makeup you have, you know, you're gonna get to the point where colors are the same, it's just dressed up in different packaging. I get that, but it just feels like a lot right now with Glamlight. Like it feels like they're coming out with a lot of stuff, and it all feels like limited edition too, and it's all like IP collabs. I want some like of those core products, you know, personally. These have me excited, and like I don't know if any of you have tried these, please let me know if they're good, please, because I know that my track record with liquid shadows is like horrible, like absolutely horrific. But these from LH Cosmetics have me excited. There's 3 colors. There's Tease, Flirt, and Delish. There's a rosé with multicolored sparkles. Like please, that sounds amazing. There's a rose copper with gold and silver sparkles, and then a teal with multicolored sparkles. They're $28 each. I want to love these so much. I want to be able to just like put them on my lid, blend them out, and that be the look. But I have tried so many liquid eyeshadows that I just feel like turned crusty, they like don't blend out, they're patchy, like it's literally a nightmare on my eyelids. So I am nervous about these, but man, all of the photos I see with people wearing these, it like sells the fantasy. Like I want them so badly. So if you've tried them and you know if they're good or not, please let me know. I mean, I don't mind if it locks down because obviously it makes it long lasting, it's gonna stay around, all that stuff, but I just want to have ample time to be able to blend it, but not so much time where it's just like a goopy, wet, slick mess for like, you know, what feels like hours before it dries either. It's a fine line. It's really tough to do. I have not found a lot of success in the liquid shadows, but there is something about that liquid shadow that has me like, maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one. Okay, this is interesting. I want to definitely touch on this. So there's a new beauty brand, and this is called Polite Society. It is from the creators of Too Faced. So they're creating their own brand now. I'm assuming that some type of clause when they sold Too Faced, because that's been sold for a while, is finally up. And we're seeing this a lot. So many brands have been coming out from previous brand owners. So like Bobbi Brown and Jones Road. We're seeing this with Urban Decay and Cali Ray. We're seeing this with Stila, and the new brand is called Neen. And then this one, Too Faced, now to Polite Society. Obviously they're not, you know, together. They're separate brands, they're separate entities and all that, but it's just interesting to me. Like selling is obviously smart. Like I get why they sell, like it's tons of money, but they still want to create product and still want to be able to do that. I just think it's, in some ways it makes sense. In some ways it's kind of interesting how kind of the back end of that works. I'm very like, what is all that about, you know? But anyway, there's going to be a blush palette, there's going to be some mascara, and then there's also some plumping lip glosses. It says More Than a Pretty Face foundation. So there's also some foundations. It seems like it's going to be carried at Ulta, so I'm not sure how to feel about it. I think it's an interesting name. I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. Pretty interesting. Let me know. Are you guys interested in that brand or not? Okay, this one, guys, I want to know your opinions. Like, what do you like this? Do you hate this? What's going on with this? Blue Base Cosmetics, I will say they're doing some interesting stuff. I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I hate it. I just am like, you're kind of in your own lane in a way, in some ways, and in some ways I feel like I've seen it all before. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of this weird in between, but these are the 4-season face color collection. So there's 4 different powders here. They're $25 each, or you could get all 4 of them for $100. $100 for 4 of these powders. That's where I'm like, no, no. So there is the Winter Blue Color Corrector. So there's that. There's the Autumn Bronzer. Okay, okay. There's the Spring Powder Blush with a flower on it. And then there's the Summer Highlighter, which has a blue and a 3D metallic gold. I mean, these obviously look really pretty. There's a part of me that's like, wow, how beautiful. But like, actually as functional makeup, I'm not really sure, you know, what's going on here. Like, even the highlighter, it's like, there's this gold, okay, that's gonna work for some people, love it. And then there's blue, which again, like people wear blue highlighter, but like overall, I feel like the design outweighed the use. You know what I mean? Like the design, the look of it, you were like, that's the number one most important thing, not actually who's using it and buying it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I like that. I love a cute thing, but really, I mean, this is what we're trying to get, right? We want a cute thing and we want to use it. That's what I want anyway. I want a cute thing, but I also want it to be functional. That's like the best thing ever. I love a cute thing, especially on Instagram, because visually and aesthetically cute stuff is the best. But sometimes those cute things don't work out the way you think. And one of the things I'm like so happy that I found, it's from the brand Unleashia. I got it from YesStyle, but it's this glitter lip balm. It's not real glitter, but you know, it has that glittery outside where you roll it up and it sparkles and shines. It's so freaking pretty. But the kicker and the catch, but the good catch, is that it actually looks good on the lips. It's not too shimmery, it's not too sparkly, it doesn't look metallic, it doesn't give you like iridescent lips, which could be pretty, don't get me wrong. Like if you love an iridescent lip, I love that for you. I'm just saying it's still super wearable, like how they made it so beautiful, so like aesthetic and pretty and all that stuff, but then it also works. Like that's the perfect combination for me, you know what I mean? And these powders don't do it. These powders definitely don't do it. So interesting. Let me know if you picked it up. Let me know your thoughts. And really, this could be its own video, but we're not going to do that. And this will probably be the end of this one because we've been here a long freaking time. I need to be doing these more often. We need like a part 2 even for this catch up, honestly. But Barbie has taken over the planet when it comes to any collab. I swear to you, Barbie's collabing with paper companies, Barbie underwear, Barbie shirts, Barbie shoes, Barbie makeup, Barbie anything you want, you can get it in collaboration with Barbie right now. It's literally like, I'm excited for the movie too. I can't wait to go see it, but there's something about it that's just like, it just makes you feel like everything's crumbling beneath you. Like, I hate to say this, I don't want to ruin the fun, but I do feel like there's something about it that makes me just feel like the end is near. I know it's dramatic, but it's too much. It's too much. Anyway, there's some candles, Barbie candles. They collaborated with Glass House Fragrances, and I thought it was really cute. It looked really cute. Barbie's collaborated with Glow Recipe. They have a cute little, I'll go get it. I actually got sent it. There's this cute little set. It has the watermelon pink juice moisturizer as well as the dewdrops, which I love both of those. Comes with a Barbie tin, and then there's also like a Barbie scrunchie. So there's that. I think NYX did a Barbie collab. Yeah, NYX did a Barbie collab, which I've seen people be like, it's sold out. It's already sold out. Barbie did a collab with Moon, which is like toothpaste stuff. So if you want a Barbie toothbrush, you want a Barbie bubble mint toothpaste, you could do that. I'm telling you, your whole house could be Barbie. You know, instead of the Garfield house, you could be the Barbie house. It's a lot. Again, I love the Barbie. I get it, but also I cry a little tear inside, you know? I do. There's literally so much to catch up on, and we will need to do that. So let me know if you want a part 2. I will definitely do that. I want to make sure I'm doing these a little bit more frequently so we can actually catch up on everything. But anyway, let me know any of your thoughts on this stuff. What have you picked up? What's out there? What's good? Is there anything I missed that you definitely think I should check out? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much again to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. Don't forget, if you want to go check out Scentbird, you can either scan the QR code or you can use my code LaurenMay to save 55% off your first month. Like I said, let me know what you're gonna pick out down below. I love talking fragrance. And again, you can check out my fragrance channel too if you wanna talk more about fragrance over there. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.